Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brendan, and I hope all of you guys are having a great day no matter where you are from. But today we need to talk about why Ethereum is dumping even after a very successful merge. Now, the merge is one of the most anticipated events in cryptocurrency history, and a lot of people are left dumbfounded as to why and how Ethereum could be dumping even after the merge went so well. Now, to answer this question at its core, we need to take a look at a couple of other previous examples of what has happened to other major cryptocurrencies when they have an event that's supposed to launch at a specific time. And this goes back to the idea of buy the hype and sell the news. And one of the greatest examples that we can look at of this was another major crypto from this year called ApeCoin and their Other Side land sale event. Now, before we get into that, I want to talk about what's happening on this Ethereum chart because, yes, we are actively falling, and upon seeing a really effective Ethereum merge yesterday, if we want to measure this out, Ethereum saw a pretty nice decline of around 10% yesterday, and it's already down about 2% more on today. So since the merge has happened, we have seen a lot of the hype leading up to the merge was a very bullish thing. Obviously, everyone was very excited. Ethereum went all the way up over here, and even from its year bottom to where it topped out right before the merge itself actually happened, this was still about an 87% increase from bottom of year to the pre-merge event. Now again, since then we have seen that 12% sell-off, but I want to explain why right now. So when we look at Yuga Labs and their ApeCoin Other Side event, there was a very, very similar situation. This is an article from right before it happened saying ApeCoin's up 50% as buyers are getting ready for a huge metaverse digital land sale. Again, a very hyped up event, especially for people inside of the NFT industry. And this is just one of those articles. Hey, this big event's coming. We're up so much. It's going to be big. And then what happens? Well, then from a couple of days later, going from April 29th on this article, going to May 1st on this article, ApeCoin slides 40% in 3 days, despite the Other Side metaverse land sale. And here's why. And so when we go and we look at the chart, it looks very similar of, oh, hey, look. From this event, we saw a really nice pumping all the way up here from around maybe $10 to nearly $25 or $30 at its peak. So a really nice increase of maybe 100, 200%. But then after the land sale event happened right here around April 30th to May 1st, we can see that, guess what? It started rapidly selling off. Why? Because people were buying into the hype here, and then they were selling into the actual news right over here. And this isn't to say that Ethereum could drop another 50 or 75%. It's not meant to say that at all. But what it is meant to do is to help everyone realize that when these kind of very hyped up news events happen, there are a lot of people anticipating the hype and buying for that hype. And then there's a lot of people saying, okay, now that the hype is over, they want to scale out of their positions. And so it could be a very common thing that if we go back to the Ethereum chart, it could be a very common theme that if Ethereum is going to retrace in the immediate future, maybe fall back down a little bit, find a little bit of support, whether that's at this current support level right here, which we've seen Ethereum hold once, twice, and looking like it wants to at least test for a third time. And if it doesn't do this, guess what? It's perfectly okay because we have a lot more support down here as we come back down towards $1,000. So yes, it is possible that Ethereum can continue to fall here. However, if we're going off of previous events, while that is maybe likely and we are already seeing that happen, it's okay because we still have a lot of support, and this is something that is to be expected. Now, in other Ethereum news, or I guess related to Ethereum news because of the merge, because Ethereum is no longer on proof of work, Dogecoin has become the second largest proof of work cryptocurrency behind Bitcoin. So this is ironically funny that Dogecoin is now the second largest proof of work network. But I think this is just one of those articles that everyone can find a little bit of enjoyment in. If you were to go back to 2017, 2018, 2019, no one would have ever expected to have heard this, or at least see where Dogecoin has got to in its current state today. But now looking back at it, we now have Dogecoin at the second largest proof of work cryptocurrency, where people are trying to find some sort of value for this, whether that is being used in stores or on online websites or whatever it may be. We are still trying to find out exactly where Dogecoin fits in the picture, because it wasn't created for really any kind of specific purpose. Or rather, it did have a specific purpose when it was created. It just isn't really staying true and being used for its intended purpose for creators and streamers and influencers and things of that nature. But yeah, I mean, I think that's going to round us up on our video here. The Ethereum merge sending ripple effects and, I guess, positive affections of Dogecoin and maybe negative affections of Ethereum's own price. But when we look at these big hyped up events, there are countless other examples that we can look at to see that, hey, this was a really large hyped up event at a specific time. We had a Bitcoin one a couple of years ago, and then after that we had a couple of Litecoin ones with Litecoin introducing privacy networks, and we go back and we look at Litecoin. Of course, you know, when this happened to Litecoin just a little while ago, they even saw a little bit of a sell-off as well. So it's not uncommon to see a sell-off after these big events that we know is happening on a certain date, because people are just layering out of their positions, and the odds are they're going to get back in. And this isn't anything that is bearish for the long term of these coins. It's just saying, hey, in the short term, people are removing risk after the event has happened. And for whatever reason, that's a thing called buy the hype and sell the news. But if you did enjoy this video and you want to stay updated on everything crypto related, you can do two things. You can either hit the subscribe button, it's completely free, smack that like button, or you can go to the link in the description down below and join the Crypt Nation crew, where we have a link for you to join. It's a really great group. I'm one of the analysts over there, so maybe I'm just a little bit biased. But if you did enjoy the content, those are two of the ways that you can get plugged in and involved. Of course, I love making these videos, so thank all of you for watching, and I'll see everyone in next week's video.